that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
The relationship between government actions and influential public figures has long been a complex one. This interplay becomes particularly evident when controversies surround high-profile individuals, such as P. Diddy. While the media has often focused on the controversies surrounding P. Diddy, the underlying dynamics that contributed to the slow governmental response are often overlooked. Why does it seem that such issues receive a delayed response, even when they capture public attention? In this video, we'll explore the reasons behind governments slow to respond to P. Diddy's exploits. But before that, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Now let's get started. Historical context on celebrity influence. The current situation involving P. Diddy isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a larger trend where celebrities have wielded significant influence over governmental actions. Throughout history, the actions and lives of famous figures have often become matters of public and political interest, and how the government responds to their controversies reflects broader societal attitudes towards power and privilege. The case of O.J. Simpson in the 1990s became a major cultural event and a national obsession. The trial not only captivated audiences worldwide, but also stirred debates on race, justice, and the media's role in shaping narratives. The massive media coverage and public interest forced government officials to approach the case with caution, contributing to a prolonged process. Similarly, Michael Jackson's legal battles in the early 2000s showed how celebrity status can complicate legal proceedings. Jackson's fame and the intense scrutiny brought influence not only public perception, but also the legal processes surrounding him. He often appeared to receive special considerations, likely due to his status and connections. These historical examples underscore a pattern where the government's response to celebrities is often slower or more tempered when elite figures are involved. This is influenced by the cultural and political weight these individuals carry. This historical foundation sets the stage for understanding why similar dynamics are at play with P. Diddy's situation today. Media manipulation in shaping public perception. In the era of 24/7 news cycles and social media, the role of media in shaping and framing narratives around public figures has become more powerful than ever. The media does not simply report events. It can influence how stories are told and what details receive the most attention. Some media channels may highlight the positive aspects of a celebrity's life, while others might focus on the negative. This selective reporting can lead to a distorted perception of reality, which in turn affects how the public and the government perceive the situation. For celebrities like P. Diddy, this ability to shape stories is a crucial tool, one that can delay or soften the government's response to their controversies. The elite figures, including P. Diddy, often have access to resources that enable them to manage their portrayal in the media. They can hire public relations teams, engage in strategic partnerships, and even use their social media platforms to present a curated image to their followers. This media management creates a narrative that can either soften or harden the public's reaction to their actions. When the media portrays an elite figure in a positive light, it may reduce the urgency with which the government feels it needs to act, leading to delays in responses. The power to shape media narratives has serious implications for accountability. It can shift public focus away from critical issues, making it easier for controversies to be swept under the rug. When a powerful individual manages to control how their story is told, it often results in a slower response from government entities, which may feel less pressure from the public to act swiftly. Financial interests and government hesitation. Money often plays a significant role in shaping governmental responses, especially when it comes to elites like P. Diddy. The intersection of financial interest between powerful celebrities and government entities can create conflicts of interest that slow down the pace of action. High-profile individuals like P. Diddy often have business partnerships with major corporations, influential investors, or even political figures. This creates a network of financial relationships that can complicate how their actions are handled. Celebrities like P. Diddy are not only entertainers, but also significant business figures. His ventures in music, fashion, and media have made him a central player in multiple industries, creating potential economic ripple effects if controversies negatively impact his businesses. This causes decision makers to hesitate in intervening. They may worry that a swift government response could upset powerful stakeholders, leading to economic consequences or backlash. In such scenarios, financial considerations can take priority over the need for swift action. This results in delaying governmental response as officials weigh the potential fallout. Moreover, the presence of influential people and corporate interests can add another layer of complexity. These groups often have the ear of policymakers and can exert pressure to protect the interests of their clients. If P. Diddy's business interests align with those of influential people, it could lead to a more cautious approach from the government, contributing to delays in responding to any controversies involving him. Understanding these financial connections is key to grasping why government actions sometimes appear sluggish when dealing with high-profile figures. The power of political connections. P. Diddy's relationships with political figures add another layer of complexity to the government's handling of controversies involving him. Over the years, he has established connections with influential politicians, including endorsing candidates and engaging in political activism. This network of relationships extends his influence beyond the entertainment industry. Such political ties can make it more challenging for government officials to address controversies directly, as they may fear the outcomes of turning away a powerful ally. These connections can make it difficult for government officials to respond decisively when controversies arise. They may fear that taking a strong stance against a well-connected individual could strain important political relationships or distance influential supporters. This situation often results in a more cautious approach, as officials try to balance maintaining their political ties with addressing the issues at hand. For example, officials may be reluctant to pursue allegations aggressively if they believe doing so could harm their political standing or future campaign support. Moreover, favoritism and bias can become factors when personal relationships intersect with official responsibilities. When decision-makers have personal ties to those they are meant to oversee, this results in objectivity to be compromised, leading to decisions based more on loyalty than justice. This tendency can erode public trust in government institutions, especially when citizens perceive that different rules apply to celebrities compared to ordinary people. Public relations strategies. Sophisticated public relations strategies are often employed by elite figures like P. Diddy to manage their public image during controversies. These PR efforts can significantly influence how the public perceives events and, by extension, how the government reacts to them. P. Diddy's team has likely engaged in various tactics to navigate negative publicity, emphasizing positive aspects of his persona while diverting attention from more problematic issues. Strategic media placements, social media campaigns, and carefully managed public appearances can all serve to shift the narrative. For example, a well-timed charity event or social media post can help shift public focus from a controversy to P. Diddy's philanthropic efforts. By highlighting these positive aspects of their client's persona, PR teams can create a more sympathetic image of the celebrity, which can soften the public's reaction to controversies. This in turn can reduce the urgency of government responses, as there is less immediate pressure to address the negative aspects of the story. Elite PR firms have the expertise and networks to manage such narratives effectively. They present information in ways that minimize negative impacts on their clients. This ability to control narratives can result in more lenient treatment from authorities, as the public perception shifts in favor of the celebrity. Role of cultural influence. Cultural influence is another factor that shapes how governments react to the actions of celebrities like P. Diddy. In many societies, celebrities are not just entertainers, but are viewed as cultural icons who represent certain values, lifestyles, or social movements. This cultural status often shields them from immediate results. In P. Diddy's case, his involvement in the music and entertainment industries has made him a significant figure in popular culture, giving him a level of influence that extends beyond his professional achievements. This cultural clout means that governments may approach controversies involving such figures with caution. Authorities may fear that taking a strong stance against a culturally significant figure could affect certain demographic groups or lead to social backlash. This can result in a more measured and slow-paced approach to any legal or regulatory action. Moreover, cultural influence can sway public narratives as fans and supporters rally behind their idols, creating a divide in public opinion. This divided reaction can provide governments with a reason to delay action, allowing them time to assess the broader societal impact. Power of social influence in mobilizing public sentiment. In today's digital era, the social influence wielded by celebrities is immense. P. Diddy, like many high-profile figures, has used social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to communicate directly with millions of followers. This direct line of communication allows him to shape the narrative surrounding his actions without relying solely on traditional media. This allows him to present his own side of the story in a way that resonates with the audience, which can significantly influence public opinion. This influence can be powerful when mobilized effectively. The ability to control the conversation online gives celebrities a powerful tool for managing public perception. When P. Diddy faces criticism, he can use social media to rally support, highlight his accomplishments, or share personal insights that make him appear more relatable and human. This can help shift the narrative in his favor, making the public less inclined to demand immediate accountability, leading to slower government response. Conversely, when controversies arise, the backlash can be swift and intense. If public sentiment turns against a celebrity, it can create a demand for swift governmental action. However, this dynamic is often tempered by the ability of the celebrity to control the narrative through social media, balancing public perceptions in their favor. The power of social influence is a double-edged sword, capable of both delaying and accelerating government responses depending on how effectively it is wielded. The ability to shift public sentiment in real time gives celebrities a unique power to influence not only their followers, but also how the government navigates their controversies. Legal implications. Legal considerations are another key factor in the delayed response to P. Diddy's controversies. High-profile figures often have access to top-tier legal representation, allowing them to navigate the complexities of the legal system more effectively than the average person. These legal teams can employ tactics that delay investigations, negotiate favorable settlements, or challenge legal processes, buying time for their clients and potentially reducing the immediate pressure on government agencies. In cases where legal allegations are serious, such as claims of misconduct or breaches of contract, the legal process itself can be lengthy. The need for thorough investigations, the examination of evidence, and the resolution of legal challenges can all slow down the government's ability to respond decisively. This is particularly true when elite legal teams are involved, as they have the resources to prolong proceedings and exploit legal loopholes that can delay accountability. This complex legal landscape often means that the public may perceive the government as being slow to act. This creates a scenario where the wheels of justice turn more slowly for high-profile figures. While the public may demand immediate accountability, the reality of legal proceedings means that a resolution can take much longer, allowing the celebrity to maintain their status during the process. Public sentiment and government action. Public reaction plays a pivotal role in how governments respond to controversies, especially those involving elite figures. When the public demands accountability, it creates pressure on officials to act quickly and address the issue. However, celebrities like P. Diddy have a unique ability to shape public sentiment through their platforms, using their influence to sway opinions in their favor. If a celebrity manages to present their story in a way that resonates with their audience, public outcry may be less intense, leading to a slower governmental response. On the other hand, if public sentiment turns against them, it can force officials to address the issue more urgently as they seek to maintain public trust. This dynamic between public opinion and government action can be unpredictable. While the public may demand swift justice, bureaucratic processes and political considerations can slow down the response, leading to frustration and a sense that the government is not listening to its citizens. This tension between public expectations and official actions is central to understanding why some controversies seem to drag on without resolution. So how do you feel about the delay of government in Diddy's case? Do you think this influence is a sign of a deeper issue with accountability, or is it just a reality of power dynamics? Drop your comments below. And if you're interested in exploring more about Diddy's case, check out our next related video.